Hello and welcome to the Huppets. Today we're putting antiseptics under the microscope.
Hello, my name's Dizzy, and I'm a bit worried at the moment. I've got a poorly little webbed foot. Can you see it? And I've got to go to hospital to have it mended. Ooh, but I've just seen this picture, and now I'm really scared.
Don't worry, Dizzy. Your operation won't be quite like that. That's a picture from 1800. Things have changed a lot since then.
Really? In what way?
Well, let me tell you a story all about antiseptics. Back in the early 19th century, operations would be really horrible and painful, as they had been for many years. Have a look at the picture, Dizzy. What can you see?
Well, the man looks as if he's terrified and in a lot of pain. I think they're going to chop his leg off.
Quite right, Dizzy. He's having to be held down by the other men as they carry out the amputation. And what's even worse is the patient is still awake and he wouldn't have had any painkillers to help him along the way.
What? Oh, no. I'm not having that. Oh, no, that's not happening to me.
Well, luckily, a man called James Simpson changed this when he started to use chloroform to put people to sleep for operations. That was in 1847. But that's not the only bad thing about the picture. What else can you see, Dizzy?
Well, I'm confused by what they're wearing. I thought doctors would wear a white jacket and surgeons would wear scrubs, just like I've seen on Casualty.
Well spotted, Dizzy. Unlike today, the doctors and surgeons in the 19th century would just wear an apron over their normal clothes. And what's even worse is that the more bloody and dirty the apron was, the better, because people thought this meant that the person had a lot more experience and had carried out lots more operations.
Oh, that's horrible. I hope my doctor's wearing something nice and clean.
Well, wait, it gets even worse, because think about what they're operating on. Have a look at that operating table. It's made of wood, and they wouldn't have even cleaned it between the operations, so any bacteria on there would build up and give the person an infection.
Yuck.
But that wasn't the only thing that could give the patient an infection, Dizzy. Have a look. What else can you see that might be wrong?
Their feet. They've been outside with them. I know my feet get really dirty when I'm paddling down the canal.
That's because you don't wear shoes, Dizzy, but these men do. But what else isn't covered up?
Oh, those things, I don't have them. Hands!
That's the one. Now, the doctors didn't wear gloves, unlike today, and also didn't even wash their hands before an operation. This meant that even if the operation was successful, the patient could get a horrible infection, like this.
Oh no! That's absolutely disgusting! I don't want that happening to me! Will I survive?
Calm down, Dizzy. As I keep saying, that was a long time ago. But sadly, lots of patients did die from infections that they got during surgery back in the middle of the 19th century.
But I'm going to have surgery. It's the infection that might kill me. Oh no, I don't think I'm going to go to hospital. I don't want an operation like that.
Actually, Dizzy, you don't have to be quite so worried, because in the 19th century a man came along and changed all of this, and his name was Joseph Lister. Look, Dizzy, here's a picture of him.
Wow, look at those sideburns. He should get a medal for those.
Very funny, Dizzy. Obviously he didn't, but he did actually get a medal for his contribution to medicine, which he got in 1892 in Paris.
Lister, that sounds like my mouthwash, Listerine. It makes my breath smell sweet and minty.
Well, Dizzy, that's very true. Listerine is actually named after Joseph Lister.
Really? Why is that?
Well, your Listerine keeps your mouth minty fresh as it kills all the germs. And it was Joseph Lister that learnt how to kill germs during operations. And that's what's going to keep you safe during your operation, Dizzy.
Wow! How did he find that out?
Well, Joseph Lister was an outstanding surgeon of the 19th century. He was really worried by the number of his patients that were getting gangrene or other infections, so he decided to do some research to stop this happening. He also read the work of Louis Pasteur on germ theory.
Germ theory! I remember hearing about that at Duckling School. That pastor, he published his work in 1861. Am I right? Am I right?
Quite all right. Well done, Dizzy.
Oh, I want to find out more about Joseph Lister and what he did.
OK, Dizzy, let's travel back in time to find out more. Just a note to all of our listeners, other mouthwashes are available from all leading retail outlets.
Woo! Woo! I feel all dizzy from travelling back in time.
Shh! Dizzy! That's Joseph Lister over there. You've got to be really quiet and sensible when we speak to him. And remember, don't do anything to alter the space-time continuum.
OK, Law and Order.
Hello, Mr. Lister. My name is Leonardo, and this is my friend Dizzy. We've come to find out about the work you've just completed on infection.
Hello. I'm always happy to talk to people about my work. It all began when I saw carbolic spray being used to treat the sewage in Glasgow. I found that it reduced the smell greatly, and this gave me the idea to carry out an experiment. I have since found that a thin mist of carbolic spray sprayed over the wound during surgery limits the amount of infection that people get. By following this with careful bandaging, the wound will heal and not develop gangrene. This has meant that many of my patients survive who would normally have died.
Wow, the carbolic acid spray sounds fantastic. I bet everyone is really happy with you.
Sadly, in the world of medicine, people won't accept new ideas, and I've had a hard time convincing people that this is the best thing to do.
Really? I find that very strange. What could people possibly find to say against this brilliant idea?
Well, some surgeons don't accept that germs exist, and they make really nasty jokes about me. Other surgeons don't like the spray. They say it cracks their hands and they get allergic to it. This makes it very difficult for them to do their operations. Other surgeons say it slows them down, and they think speed is really important in operations in order to stop people bleeding too much.
Well, that's a real shame. I guess that new ideas do take time for people to accept, though.
I must admit, though, that some of it might be my own fault, as I'm not very good at public speaking, as I'm a bit shy, which some people see as me being arrogant and a bit standoffish. But my methods do work, and in time I'm sure people will come to accept them. I just hope not too many people have to die in the meantime.
Thank you very much for talking to us, Mr. Lister, and I'm pretty certain that in the future you'll be a hero to lots of people.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back in the present. So, when I go for my operation, I'll get sprayed to stop me getting an infection.
Well, actually, no, because things have moved on since then. Even though Lister was opposed, people did come to accept his work, as it saved so many lives. And in 1878, his work was given a great boost when Robert Koch found the germ that caused septicemia. After this, no one could argue with Lister's ideas, and people started to use aseptic techniques instead of antiseptic.
Ooh. What's aseptic?
Well, in antiseptic surgery, they kill all the germs that are present by using the spray during the operation. But with aseptic surgery, they make sure everything is clean before people go into the operation, so there are no germs that can cause you infection. And that's why they all wear gloves and scrubs that you see in casualty. And look, Dizzy, this is how your operating theatre will be. So, Dizzy, you'll be safe in your operation because of the work of Joseph Lister.
Wow, I feel a lot happier now. Thank you, Mr. Lister. You're my hero. Here is a song I wrote just for you. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Who do you think you are curing, Mr. Lister? You have got the germs on the run. Your spray, it did save the day. When my sister had a nasty blister,
So thank you very much, Joseph Lister, and your Cobble Express.